In this short tutorial I show you how to present your photos for entering online exhibitions. Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk to you, this is the first of like 2 or 3 little videos I'm going to do, just little quick ones about preparing your images for either submitting to an online exhibition, submitting to like an online magazine that's asking for certain, you to submit your work. Basically, you can take a photograph of your work, but you need to make sure that you're taking it, with a good camera or your camera phone set up. You've got good natural light, no shadows, nothing like that. But we'll move on to that at another point. I just noticed a lot of people. I'm about to do another giveaway on Patreon, and some of the feedback from the judges has been that if the work was presented more clearly, then it would have been marked more highly in some of the giveaways. So please just take a quick note of what I'm going to show you here, and think about that next time you enter one of the giveaways, and try out a couple of these little methods there. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to just upload, this is the finished piece of a commission from a few years ago now called Riley. I've opened up BeFunky, which is a free program online. You can download it as an app, but you can get lots of other free programs like PicMonkey and things like that. So what I'm going to do is just go into the computer and I'm going to open up, I'm actually opening up the scan that I took of Riley. This is the finished scan. So as you can see, sort of there's the scan. It's lovely and clear, the image itself, but I can't submit that to an online competition. But some of the entries that have come in for the giveaway have come in the wrong angle, basically, so that it's come in as a portrait layout rather than a landscape. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over here and rotate this. So let's rotate it. There we go. So we've rotated him, so at least now he's at the right angle. Now, next thing I want to do is make sure that he's horizontal. I'm going to crop him a little bit first of all, but I'm not going to crop out everything. It's just really simple, so I'm going to crop and leave a bit of a border. There we go, so a bit of a border there. That's better. Now what I want to do is just make sure that these lines are horizontal before I crop again. So I'm going to go back into that rotate, and then there's something called straighten here. So I'm just going to, that'll bring up a grid. Now it just needs twisting a tiny little bit. So I think just one, that's too far. That's, oh, gone too far again. So it's just a case of just judging it. That's a little bit too far. Just needs to go, there we go. That's better. So now I'm quite happy that the line is going to be horizontal. So now I can go in, back in and crop. Now you can take 2 or 3 times to do this. I want to get that nice clean line across the top there. I want to bring this in here, just over the edge. And I want to bring this up, just there, and then pull this into wherever you like. I'm going to pull it into about here. Okay, and then click OK. So now I can just see there's a tiny little edge down there and a tiny edge at the top. So you can just carry on with your cropping and keep adjusting it as much as you want to. The outside edge is fine there. Just going to crop it down a tiny bit more. That's it. We've got a lovely, nice, clean line all the way around now. Now the other thing as well, when you submit pieces, so say you submit an entry to something, it might ask you to resize it. So again, you can do that in here. And if it's, sometimes they say it shouldn't be no more than, let's say, 1,000 pixels on the longest side. So the longest side is the width on this one. So let's change that to 1,000 pixels. And all you've got to do is just double check with the entry form or the guidelines of whatever you're submitting to. Every single one is going to have something different. So you just make sure you're submitting it to exactly what they're asking for. So they'll say, okay, no more than 1,000 pixels along the longest edge. And now I'm happy with that. If you want to do any tweaks or adjustments to get it to match the exposure or anything on the original, if you want to try and get it matching a little bit better, then you just come in here and you can tweak. Try not to enhance it so it looks false against the original. I'm not going to do anything to mine this one today. So then you can come up and then save it back to your computer. Now here, if this was the full size image, you're talking 1 meg. So imagine in that criteria it says no longer than 1,000 pixels on the longer side. We've adjusted that, but it also says the image should be no larger than 500 kilobytes. So take it up. There you go, 412 kilobytes. And then what it'll do as well, so you can do everything in this program, it'll say, okay, we need your first and your last name as part of the title. And this doggy was called Riley. So you can just save it straight away using, and that's it. You've ticked all the criteria for entering this picture uploading. You've saved so much time by doing it all in this one program. So let me just go and save this one into where. Here we go. Let's pop him back into the Riley folder. So I'm going to save this one into here. Now what I'm going to do as well is we're going to undo that resizing, and because I can show you where we can resize and rename as well on most computers really easily. So let's save this one again. So we're going to call this one Riley 2, and this one's going to be full size at 4.1 meg. So let's save him into that folder. Now what I'm going to do is just open or show him in the folder. Here it is. So this is the one we've just saved, which is the big size one. Now if I come in, I'm going to right click with my mouse and I'm going to choose to open with, go to open with, and I'm going to open it in Paint. Now most computers do have Paint on it. So we can go up here to, so drag this down. Okay, so you can go up here to resize. So exactly like we did before, you can go in here and resize. You can resize by the percentage, but if you come over to pixels, let's go to that horizontal edge again and change it to 1,000. So now it's 1,000 pixels on the longest edge. It's all adjusted. So again, file, save as a JPEG, and we already named it before, but you could rename it again there and save it to where you want to save it. So that is 2 really quick ways of presenting your piece for an online exhibition or uploading, and making it look presentable, and therefore ticking the boxes and pushing you ahead when the judging begins. That they've got a lovely, nice, sharp, fair, clean version of your drawing there. If you take a poorly lit photograph, obviously they can't see it. Doesn't matter how good the work is on the drawing, if they can't see it, they feel as well that you haven't taken the last couple of minutes to make an effort in presenting your work, and it almost makes it look like you're not proud of your work. And you can just take a picture on your phone and do these little adjustments I showed you on using this program in exactly the same way. You can rotate your work, resize your work, tweak your work, crop your work, do all, and these programs come as free. Okay, so I hope that helps, and I've got some more hints and tips regarding entering exhibitions as well coming up, but hopefully this one should at least get you on your way for when I open up entries for the next giveaway. Okay, so thank you for watching and speak again soon.